Evidence of an ancient race of men with heads like dogs is attested by multiple historians. The accounts of explorers and the artwork of cartographers. Who were the dog men? Where could they be found? How did they vanish from the face of the earth? And what are the odds that members of this tribe have survived until the present day? In Egypt, the most monolithic civilization of old, no less than 3 gods were represented as a human being with the head of a dog: Duamutef and Wepwawet, 2 gods of war, and Anubis, ruler of the dead. Was the Egyptian artwork depicting members of a race which at one time coexisted with man? Reports of this race begin in Greece. The Greek physician Ctesias, in a geographical treatise, wrote that in the mountains of India there live men with dog heads, known as the Cynocephali, whose territory extends as far as the river Indus. They can understand language, but they have no ability to speak. They communicate with each other by barking like dogs. Their population numbered over 100,000. The Cynocephaly produce amber and purple dye, large quantities of which they presented as annual tribute to the King of India. They do not live in houses, but in caves under the earth. 8 centuries earlier, according to oral history, the Argonauts of Greece waged battle against the half-dog tribe at a place which today is located in Serbia. Their location in this area is independently confirmed by Serbian oral tradition, which speaks of the creature Zagrof having a human body and a canine's head with teeth of iron. Zagrofs were said to live in a dark land with an abundance of gemstones, but no sun. In other words, in caves. The most famous of the dogmen is Saint Christopher, who appears in several Christian texts and many examples of religious art. Prior to his conversion, Christopher was said to have been a savage and ferocious soldier, captured in battle on the eastern coast of Libya. He was a large man with the head of a hound, from a clan of warriors. After meeting Jesus, he repented and was baptized, eventually receiving sainthood, and occasionally granted the honor of being represented with a human face in later iconic art. A Chinese historian, Li Yanshu of the Tang dynasty, mentions a dog kingdom. And during the Liang dynasty of China, the Buddhist missionary Hu Sheng describes an island of dog-headed men to the east of Fusang, a nation he himself visited, which has since been identified as Japan. In one story of King Arthur, his men are caught in a skirmish with dog-headed warriors in the mountains of Edinburgh. Hundreds of them fall under the sword of the English knight Bedivere. The famous explorer Marco Polo wrote of his journey to the Andaman Islands off the coast of India. He recounts his meeting with barbarian men with heads like hounds, going so far as to identify the breed as Mastiff. They grew their own spices, which they were willing to trade. They displayed a primitive form of organized religion and worshipped oxen. From their necks hung religious charms, hammered from pieces of silver and gold. We can guess what may have happened to this fierce but minority race. As the empires of men expanded, the half-dogs were exterminated. The evidence suggests they were a proud and aggressive tribe, which would have much preferred to die in battle rather than be assimilated into human culture. However, if self-destructive humankind relinquishes its claim to rule the earth, the Cynocephaly may once more arise from their caves.
And as we have seen, even semi-human monstrosities, such as a dog-headed beast who became Saint Christopher, were susceptible to favorable transformations. And they had permutability, or this transformation of their human essence was thoroughly compatible during Christianity's reign in Europe, with the church's fervent crusade to bring all the world's people under its heavenly wing. You so-called Negroes lived after the manner of the Golden Age. A more kind and loving people there cannot be found in the world, as far as we have hitherto had trial.